fuck it. We're just going to do it live. And before we get into our regular broadcast, I want to announce here on Idiot Ezra, this week, me and my boy Marvin will be debuting a new variety show here on the podcast, because if you look at the icon, I have a lot more interest besides sports. And in that episode, every Friday, Thursday or Friday, we'll be debuting our thoughts on current events, video games, anime, whatever the hell we want. I'm into business, traveling. And that's going to be that side of the podcast. Still Monday, Tuesday is going to be our sports side with our regulars. My man Greg is in the building. But before we get into him and the rest of the show, I just want to make this announcement. So look out for that. Don't be surprised. Please don't run away. And also, call to action. If you're listening on Apple or wherever podcast directory you're listening on, it has a review section. Please, I would greatly appreciate it if you took the time, give us a review, negative, positive. Want to hear the feedback, rate us, share us. Appreciate the love. And today we're going to be talking about Week 7. We're going to change it up this week. But before we get into the rest of the show, I want to say what's up to my man Greg. What it is, bro?
What up, brother?
How was your week this week?
Lovely.
Lovely?
Couldn't be better.
Damn, that sounds like someone had a lot of sex. Talking about lovely. That's a sexy time.
Well, you know.
Today we're going to do a little different, though, Greg. I stick to the stories of what happened in the week, especially NFL week, what our reactions are and everything. So we're going to be talking about winners and losers this Week 7. And then we're going to branch off whoever we pick as our winners and losers and analyze that situation and our thought process, because everybody else does the analysis of the games. We watch the games. Everyone has their, analysis. You really can't change too much of an analysis. You can't really have a thought process on that. Obviously, you could talk about the schematics of it and what you could have done in the game, but we don't want to talk about it. We want to talk about the stories and our feelings from what happened from these games. So it's winners and losers, but in this segment, we're going to call it winner and Jets, because that's what my Jets represent, are a bunch of fucking losers. So winners and Jets, and I think we should start off, I'm going to start off with a Jet. In this week's Jet, because I got multiple, but this one I'm going to bunch together. I'm going with Bill Belichick, the Patriots organization, and Cam Newton. Now, you don't usually associate the Jets losers with those three names. Maybe a little bit with Cam, but that's not the point here. You just don't. 20 years of dominance. This past weekend, their offense was a no-show again. Cam Newton threw 3 interceptions, and it looks like they're missing a particular player from this group they had a lot of success with. That's why I'm going with my loser. I think they're missing Brady at this point.
They are missing Brady. And now all the fans that used to suck Bill Belichick from the back while rubbing his back with essential oils, they can see the truth now that Brady is the GOAT and Bill Belichick is just a human being without Tom Brady.
Well, I think it's a little of both. I'm not ready to jump on that bandwagon yet, but I tell you one thing, by you saying that, it's starting to turn a little bit. I don't think it's fully turning the boat. It's turning a little bit, and that's what makes him a loser this past week, is people might start creeping in their head. Oh, Tom Brady, look at that. He just threw for 4 touchdowns. The Bucs are 5-2. Like, what's going on? And, needless to say, that's one of my winners. But I want to stick to this side of the Patriots. I understand the mindset that Bill Belichick went into it. I got a 42-year-old quarterback. He wants to play till he's 45. He wants a 2-3 year deal. Now he wants to make, close to $30 million a year. With $30 million, I got a rookie quarterback. I mean, a young quarterback, not rookie. Stegman is not a rookie. I got a young guy here. I can spend this money elsewhere and keep this team competitive, because last year, towards the end, we did not look like a championship caliber team. I understand that mindset, but why would you not be loyal to a guy that took you to, 9 Super Bowls? won 6 of them.
I think he was feeling himself a bit. I think he believed all the hype.
I don't know if he's feeling.
Genius,
I don't know if he's feeling himself. He's always done that to no matter what player it is. Come on. I know it's Tom Brady.
Yeah,
he's a quarter. First of all, when it comes to a quarterback, you don't need to be Tom Brady. If you're a great quarterback, you should get all the leeway that you deserve. You know what I mean? It's just, you're a quarterback. It's just a different set of rules. And Bill Belichick didn't give him a different set of rules. He applied it to him. He's done it to a lot of players. Remember Richard Sherman back in the day? Not Sherman, Richard Seymour?
Seymour, yeah.
Richard Seymour, great, defensive lineman. Ty Law. He's done it to Hall of Famers or potential Hall of Famers or great players at their time. But it's a quarterback. A quarterback changes the dynamic of your team, franchise, chances. It's the whole package. It's the most important position probably in sports.
I think
American sports, that's for sure.
I think Tom Brady allowed for that. I think he gives you what he gives the team allows you to to let go of a Malloy or a Richard Seymour or whatever or star wide receiver. It didn't matter because Tom Brady still inspires his team. He's still a great quarterback.
I said it last week because we were talking about Carson Wentz to the Browns would be a fantastic look for the Browns, which we agreed. And I said quarterbacks mask a lot of problems with your organization. Now, I'm not saying that that's what Tom Brady did, and I'm not discrediting Bill Belichick. You can't discredit 9 Super Bowls, won 6 of them as a head coach. And how many times do we marvel at the moves that the Patriots make, like getting Cam Newton for $1 million? You know what I mean? That's a
sick move.
That's a genius move. So Bill Belichick deserves 1,000% his accolades. He just messed up by saying, I'm not going to ride or die with the person that got me to this position. There's no Bill Belichick without Brady. And I don't believe there's a Brady without Bill Belichick.
I don't know about that one.
I've already told you. The guy was a 6th rounder. He could have been doing insurance today.
I get that part. He wouldn't have had the opportunity in the first place.
Even if you believe he would have been a great player by himself without Bill Belichick had the balls to say to a $100 million quarterback, you're going to have to sit down for this one. He gave the keys to Brady. How many coaches tell Drew Bledsoe 20 years ago, here's your $100 million contract, sit down. We're rolling with the 6th rounder. And it's not like Tom Brady was lighting up the league 20 years ago. That team won because of defensive juggernaut that was the Patriots 20 years ago. He was a game manager. He wasn't coming in here He didn't throw 30 touchdowns. He wasn't Kurt Warner.
I agree with you on he wasn't Kurt Warner and all that. But part of the reason why I do think that Tom Brady is so great is because of all the plays that he doesn't make. Like the confidence to throw it on a 2nd and long, just throw it to the sideline.
Oh, wait.
Pick it up right.
You're talking about the nuances. I'm with you all there. I'm saying, do you see another coach really saying, here's the keys to the franchise?
No, not back then.
So even like I said, even if he was great outside of the Patriots, my point is he gave him the shot. He gave him the chance, and I don't think other coaches would have gave him the chance. So I'm saying Brady would not exist. I'm not talking about his greatness. I'm just talking about he would not be a starting quarterback in the NFL if Bill Belichick didn't say, you're my guy. And 20 years later, he should have still stuck with that, you're my guy, and he didn't. He applied that same rule to the quarterback position, and that's just an exception. You can't do that. And Brady, they were 13-3 last year. Weren't the Patriots 13-3 last year, if I believe? Second seed?
Yeah, they were still dominant.
Yeah, their offense was, terrible. It seemed like Brady didn't have it, but as you can see, if you put even if Brady's obviously he's not the same type of player, but he knows how to make the right decisions. That doesn't change. Your arm strength may go, your agility, which he never really had any, goes. His feel for the game does not go. And what do you need to surround somebody that doesn't have those physical abilities anymore, but they still have all the other attributes? You give them a sick supporting cast. And when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, the Buccaneers probably have the best weapons in football. Top 3.
Outside of Kansas City, yeah.
Now you're adding a potential Hall of Famer, Antonio Brown, to Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Grunk, O.J. Howard, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. It's just you're making up for his deficiencies by giving him playmakers. All he needs to do is get the ball to these guys. He doesn't need to create for these guys.
I don't want to. There's not a whole lot. Like right now, I have the Bucks going to Super Bowl, but I don't think there's a lot of quarterbacks that could take that team to a Super Bowl. Even still with all those.
You're still on that Tom Brady.
It's not
train. You riding that train.
Well, we have to cut out the part that some of those players wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for Tom Brady, like Gronk.
Oh no, of course he brought.
AB.
He brings a certain clout over there, and he brings a certain confidence and certain respect to that locker room. He's telling these young guys, all right, you want to win? Shut the fuck up. Listen to me. You saw him like at game 3. He was reaming his offensive lineman. You would think he was been playing that like he's ran the Buccaneers. You would think as a grown man, you don't care what the fuck you've done somewhere else. You in my place and you yelling at me? They respect him that much that he can go in there and just start reaming on a guy and be like, yo, you better listen to Brady.
It's Brady.
It's Brady. All right, Brady. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Even if he's wrong, he's right.
That's right. It's just the plain and simple. So he brings all that clout. You're right about all that. You know, there's only very few quarterbacks that could do that. You know, that's the Aaron Rodgers, Russell Westbrooks. I mean, Russell Wilson. I get the sports all wrong. My bad. Of this world, you just can't. You're right. Even if you have someone with a little bit of success, we'll use Carson once again. He goes to the Buccaneers. He doesn't get that clout.
No,
he doesn't get that clout over there. So I understand what you're saying on that and that level. When it comes to the playing part, maybe I don't agree with you too much there. But those are my Jets.
You think they're a Super Bowl bound team with any other court?
With all those, I'm saying if you got all
Carson Wentz there, with Carson Wentz,
there'd be a dangerous team. Can you imagine Carson Wentz? Wait,
yeah.
Carson Wentz with all those weapons?
No doubt. But do you think are you looking at the Bucks the same way? Like, do you think you'd be looking at the Bucks like, oh, they're going to be a problem in the playoffs?
Well, the reason why I think the Bucks are Super Bowl contenders now is because I'm not a big believer in the NFC. I don't. If the Bucks were in the AFC, I still think they're at best the 5th best team in the AFC.
I can see that.
But the defense is getting much better in the Buccaneers. Their confidence level, their running game is better, and that has to do with Tom Brady. So the Buccaneers, they have surpassed my expectations. I thought about 7-8 win team, and now they're in control of their destiny in the NFC. And so, but do you think, you already agreed with me, they should have just ride and died with Tom Brady, right? The Patriots.
Yeah, I would never,
And
Tom
my thing
Brady
is
it.
And my thing is this, even if you could have kept Tom Brady, and if he really was the problem, you could have just said, hey, I'm sorry, we're going to have to do what you did to Drew Bledsoe. Obviously, Drew Bledsoe does not have the clout that Brady has, but you better, hey, your time. Hey, if Brett Favre could get traded, but I guess you can't really put anybody in. I'll just put it, the only person that's on Tom Brady's level that got let go was Joe Montana. But he got let go. I'm just saying, if you kept him, you could have just said, hey, you got to sit down. Not it.
Would you take Aaron Rodgers on the Bucks over Tom Brady?
Yeah. Like I said, I think
I would not.
Well, of course,
there's no quarterback that exists that I would take Tom Brady over.
You still think Tom Brady's a top 3 quarterback in this league? I'm just gonna ask you that flat out because it sounds like it.
If I have a game, right? If I have the Bucks in the Super Bowl, there's no other quarterback I'm picking.
Well, you just talking about one game with the right.
game.
We're talking about with the pieces and all that. I'll put it to you like this: if you put, let's say, Brady on the Cardinals, I don't think they're a playoff team. Even though they got some weapons over there, but
I see what you're saying.
But yeah, he can't. I don't think he could carry a franchise. But if he's already established, like a nice place without the pieces and all that, you want the guy to make the smart decisions in a big game. You want Brady instead of Kyler Murray with the Bucs in a big situation. I understand what you're saying, but I don't believe he can carry a franchise either. And maybe that's would have been the problem with him being with the Patriots, because it looks like they need to be carried. They just don't have the talent of these other teams, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But Brady knew how to control the game. And that's what's their problem right now with the current Patriots. They can't score any points, but they're not controlling the game either.
Well, I think, Bill Belichick just fooled himself by thinking that the pieces that I had from last year on offense were good enough for me to be successful. I don't agree with that.
He was way off on that, because he gave up a second rounder for Manu, and that didn't work. That was a complete failure.
He always tries to get these band-aids, like Corey Dillon.
When it comes to offense, he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, like you can't just put anybody there.
I mean, drafting wise,
expect it to be like an offensive juggernaut. Like N'Keal Harry looks like a good wide receiver, but he's not a game changer to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sony Michel as well. They're not like something that defenses really fear.
They don't have any playmakers. They just don't have any playmakers on the offensive side of the ball over there.
I mean, Julian Edelman.
He's not a playmaker. He's like, he's a third down guy. He's Wayne Corbett. Remember, that's what we're talking about. He's a Wayne Corbett.
I love Wayne Corbett.
Wayne Corbett. Yeah, I love Wayne Corbett too, but he's not a playmaker. He's a guy that, he'll make a tough catch in a tough situation. Yeah. That doesn't mean he's going to bust out and control a game, and defenses are game planning for Julian Edelman at all.
I'm not scared of Julian Edelman getting past.
So we agree that's my loser. Winner, I think, in turn, is Brady. Just shines the light on him. The Bucs are 5-2. He threw for 4 touchdowns. And it was announced this week that he's going to get Antonio Brown. Hopefully he'll play in week 9. Just adding another great player on that offensive side of the ball. And Gronk is starting to look like he's got his legs under him. He's starting to look like himself a little bit. He doesn't need to be, Hall of Fame Gronk in his prime, but 60%, 70% Gronk is still pretty damn good. You throw that ball up in the air, which Brady did, Gronk, still has a great chance of coming down, especially in the red zone with that ball. So Brady has got to be loving it. I know inside he's loving the Patriots not be able to score and losing games right now.
Oh, of course.
This is their biggest loss since 2008, the Patriots. 12 years. And I don't think Brady, if I remember, wasn't playing in 2008 with their biggest loss. So their last 2 biggest losses and Patriots in the last 20 years, Brady wasn't there.
Before and after.
So it's he's got to be smiling. He's got to be smiling and enjoying that. So that's one of my winners. My next winner, I don't know. I just want to talk about last night's game, the Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Did you see that highlight he did when Russell Wilson
down the interception?
Traced down the interception. It's like, how did the Seahawks get this guy? What was it, in the late first or the second round? After his sick combine? His combine was display last night. Remember David Boston?
Yeah.
Remember the insane Diesel?
Looked like a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, yeah.
In a football
DK
uniform.
is the real Ninja Turtle because he's just a genetic freak. David Boston was cheating. He was using them roids.
Popeye arms.
But it's insane that the hustle, that you just got to love the hustle that you saw from them, because he saw the interception and he immediately decided, oh, no, this is not happening.
Quarterback's best friend.
And they saved the touchdown. They lost the game, but you got to love, if you're a Seahawks, Russell Wilson, the fans, that you got yourself a superstar wide receiver. He's very close to becoming that. And you just got to love the hustle. And I think you got to be humbled for what he did last night. Maybe I'm putting too much into it. He just saw somebody get an interception, but the way you watch that replay, the way he ran with malice, like he was upset, okay, and chased him down and got that tackle to save a touchdown. I thought it was spectacular. I thought it was one of the best plays. They keep showing the highlights, so I imagine I'm not the only one. It was one of the best plays of last night's display of football and the whole week 7. You just got to love DK Metcalf and that hustle and him as a player. He's a great playmaker. And I'm talking about him over Lockett, who had, 15 catches yesterday.
Like 200 yards.
3 touchdowns. You know, the Seahawks on the offensive side of the ball are very well off and very happy. You know, they got a few problems on the defensive side of the ball, especially rushing the passer, but I just want to give some love to DK. You have any losers or winners?
Jerry Jones.
Oh, I'm guessing that you're going with, he's a Jet this week.
Yeah, he's a Jet.
I wonder why you're picking, why are you going with Jerry Jones?
I'm picking Jerry Jones because I feel like he's lost all leverage in the negotiations with Dak Prescott. I feel like Dak has the power now because the season's not over. They have to play more games, and Cowboy fans have to watch this disgrace every week of them getting destroyed by backup quarterbacks, third-round quarterbacks.
Their defense is real bad, though.
It is horrible.
Oh, man.
But that's part of the reason.
Now, the only reason I'm going to push back on your thing is Jerry Jones, in the sense that he really don't care what people think. So I don't know if he really lost leverage in the sense that in his own head, like, I own the fucking Cowboys. I do what I want. This is what I'll do. I'll trade for Matt Ryan. Because there might be some quarterbacks available depending how the draft ends up being. It could be somebody with the first, second, third pick that says, I got a veteran quarterback, but I'm willing to pick up Trevor Lawrence or Fields, and I'm willing to trade my veteran quarterback. And knowing Jerry Jones, he'll trade for that veteran quarterback and say, see you later, Dak. I'm just saying, obviously, I think he'd rather keep Dak. We spoke about this last week. The only issue they've been having is a 5-year, 4-year deal. Dak wants a 4-year deal. The Cowboys want a 5-year deal. But like you said, this probably adds more leverage on his side. And I think it just adds more leverage to Dak, period. If he goes to free agency, he's going to become the highest paid quarterback in the league.
That trade for Trevor Lawrence would make the Cowboys actually worse for the first 2 to 3 years. Because what are you going to have to give up? If you're picking
no, I'm not talking about the Cowboys getting Trevor Lawrence. No, they're not, because they're not going to give. No, I'm talking about, let's say the Falcons end up with the number 1 pick or the 2nd pick, whatever the point is. Let's say the Falcons say Matt Ryan's available. That's when I say Jerry Jones jumps in and says, give me Matt Ryan. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you feel happy? Would you feel happy about that as a Cowboy fan?
Oh, absolutely not. After the display, even though I don't think it's Matty Ice's fault.
It's not.
It's not his fault, but partly he deserves always some blame for it.
Yeah, he's the quarterback.
But overall, it's not his fault why the Falcons have been learning how to lose. We'll talk about that in a few. But I can see that happening. That's all I'm saying. I can see that happening. I don't think it's not a prediction of mine or anything like that. I'm just saying Jerry could be a dick. Jerry will say, "Fuck it, I'll just get Matt Ryan. I don't really need you." In his head, that's what I think. But he's usually loyal to his players, so I expect Dak to be there, and I think it gains leverage. So you think he's a winner this week? Is Dak? Oh no, you said Jerry Jones is a loser
yeah.
when it comes towards his leverage. I'm cool with that. All right. And also, in turn, one of my Jets this week is Andy Dalton, who I was, trying to back up this last couple weeks. And Andy Dalton was these 7 quarters. He's 43 for 73 with 341 yards, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown.
I don't think he's thrown a touchdown, no. But I don't think, once again, I'm going to slightly defend him in the sense that it's not this team just hasn't put it together at all. I thought they were going to have an identity. They still don't have an identity. They only rushed the ball with Ezekiel Elliott 24 times in the last 2 games. He's got 2 fumbles, 0 touchdowns himself. You know, the Cowboys lead the league in drop passes, and they had a couple drops, big drops with Andy Dalton. But he's been fighting for a contract because, you know, he took this backup job and he wants to come back to be a starter, hopefully after this offseason. And it just, you know, and he caught that mean shot last night too, where he got hit in the head.
Yeah,
it's just he's a Jet this week because of the hit. It hasn't looked the offense, which was obviously got all these weapons and was scoring with Dak, went straight down in the toilet, and his team still didn't have a damn identity. So I think the Cowboys as a whole are fucking Jets. This whole division might be Jets, but the Cowboys, but I'm going specifically Andy Dalton, the loser, because all what I just said. I feel bad for him, actually. Even though you guys were killing me in the chat talking about, you know, he's my uncle or something.
Do you think McCarthy lasts the whole year?
Yeah, I think he does because, like I said, Jerry Jones is somewhat loyal. I think he lasts another year. If you fire him after one season, you have to admit that you made a horrible mistake, and in some ways, he'll probably be upset that he had to get rid of his guy last year, Jason Garrett. Right now, does Jason Garrett, does his value go up a little bit, saying, you know what?
I bet you wish you had him.
You're like, does Jason Garrett get a little love because of this right now? Like, you know, those years that he went 9 wins, like, maybe they didn't underachieve. Maybe they overachieved. You know, even though we know the Cowboys got talent, but that defense they just can't put it together. They can't put the pieces together, and that defense is just giving points and yards to everyone. They're making everybody look like Pro Bowlers when you face the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm starting everybody against the Cowboys on offense.
Yeah, when it comes to fantasy football, yeah, I know. I did the same thing.
Allen. Shout out to Kyle Allen.
Yeah, I did that too, of course. So Kyle Allen, you had no choice. Lamar Jackson was on.
He was on the bye. I could have picked anybody up.
Yeah, I know you picked up Kyle Allen because it was the Cowboys. As a whole, the Cowboys are Jets this week. Okay. So we go with another loser? Yeah. Winner? What do you want to go with? You got next, man. You got next. This guy. Unbelievable. You see what I got to deal with out here? Because I got a few winners and Jets.
Knicks.
The Knicks.
The Knicks are losers.
Well, they're always losers. So why you switched it up like that?
Because the NBA is announcing that they might start the season in December.
Wow. We'll get back to week 7 in a second. But December... So why is the Knicks losing? Because the season's just going to start?
Because the Knicks fans have to watch the Knicks play.
Well, what are you talking about? They're going to watch Chris Paul, Kevin Knox, you know, have a great...
Oh, yeah, Neil Akita, Frank Nicotine.
The Knicks have always been Jets. You know, I mean, for most of our lifetime.
I know, but now they're starting the season earlier, so it just brings it that much closer to Christmas.
You know what the funny part is? I am old because I actually remember the Knicks being good. So, no, it hasn't been most of our lifetime. It's been half of our lifetimes they've been garbage. Half of it was good. It makes me feel disgusting to know they were good. In my mind, having those memories, those Patrick Ewing years.
I would like to start a petition.
The 90s.
Petition to rename the team New York Dolans.
New York Dolans?
New York Dolans.
You just hope that, I mean, most Knicks fans are hoping that he just sells the team.
Not me. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, yeah. I'm enjoying it, too.
Go Nets.
All day, baby. All day, every day, baby. Okay, I'm getting me that New Jersey Jets jersey. I'm sorry. I'm getting that retro one. It's so nice.
So good. But it's just like, why?
Even though that was random.
New Jersey.
Fuck the Knicks, so I'm with you all there. They're always Jets, no matter what. Winners, Steelers. The only undefeated team in the NFL now, 6-0. And they took down, which was, ended up being a really good game, the Titans. And you need to start giving my boy Ryan Tannehill some love. He brought that team back, and they just missed a field goal to tie the game up.
You know what? I'm going to give him some love. He's been playing really smart, I think, and really good on the.
You hear that? He didn't give him love. He gave him a like. He's been playing really smart. My man's got 37. I was wrong about his stats last week. He's got 37 touchdowns and 8 interceptions since joining the Titans. Oh,
yeah. I mean, I think Mike Vrabel.
Here we go. No love for Ryan Tannehill. Unbelievable.
I'm trying to give him love. Give him love.
You talk about he's a smart player. Mike Vrabel.
You know what?
Oh, man.
It's just the fact that, when Derrick Henry has a great game, that's when Ryan Tannehill shows up.
No. Because like I said, last week he crushed the Bills by himself when Derrick Henry was nowhere to be found, okay, when he was shut down. Give my boy some damn love. Listen, I'm going to say this.
Even though you're still on the field, I'm saying, still drawing attention.
Oh, my God. I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm going to say this one time. Ryan Tannehill never had a team. Okay?
With the Dolphins?
Yeah, the Dolphins. Like, do you remember the mean Dolphins?
Nah.
Okay? Like,
since Dan Marino.
Now, do I think Ryan Tannehill is a guy that changes your franchise in a sense that he can carry? Is he up there in the echelon or now your team is transformed because of him and he's going to mask a lot of problems? No, the Titans got a lot of good things about them. They got some players, they got talent, and I think he's just a perfect fit. And he's an addition to that team. He's not greatly enhancing it, but he is needed on that team. I think Ryan Tannehill has added a dynamic to that franchise that you haven't seen in the last couple years. Marcus Mariota was not providing it. He was not that guy. Ryan Tannehill is. And when they do need him to step up, because Derrick Henry's being shut down or the team is down too many points, he's been I think he's got 4 winning drives this year. So 4 comebacks this year alone. Ryan Tannehill, I think, I don't know why I turned into a Ryan Hamilton thing, because we should be talking about the Steelers as my winners.
Ryan Tannehill.
He deserves
to marry him.
I deserve his hand in marriage. But anyway, my man deserves some love, okay? And you ain't giving it to him. You ain't giving it to him because you're not.
Because you're giving it to him for both of us.
You know what?
All
I know is I said last week that the Steelers were the number 1 team in the NFL. I'm not saying they've proven me right, but they're 6-0, only undefeated team, and they took down, a Super Bowl contender in the Titans. AFC Championship last year, they were 5-0, and the Steelers took them down. And Ben, the second half, wasn't really himself. He threw 3 big-time interceptions in the second half. That third interception don't count because it was like a half-court three-pointer in the first half.
The one in the end zone I thought was like really, really bad. That was the only bad one I thought. The other ones, they were like off of the receiver's hands.
Yeah.
Popped up.
I'm just talking about the moments of it. But I'm saying the one in the end zone, that was like a half. That was like a halftime. Before the half, they throw up that full court 3-point shot. That's what he basically did. He was just like, I'm just throwing this up.
Yeah.
This game is almost over. Mm-hmm. I mean, the half is almost over.
Yeah.
But the Steelers, you got to really feel good if you're a fan. You got to be feeling good about the Steelers right here. They had a big-time win because a lot of people were talking, I don't know if they've played anybody yet this year. They've played someone, and they won the game. And they actually were dominant in the first half of this game.
And they lost a big piece on defense, Devin Bush.
That is a big loss.
Linebacker.
That's a big loss.
And they still pulled through with that game. I was a good big-time performance for Ben and the Steelers.
But if we're going to go a big winner, the Steelers, I'm going to go with, I don't even know if they deserve to be Jets this week, but the Falcons, Todd Gurley. This is the 3rd game they should have won this year. He should have just dropped down, eat the clock, and they kick a field goal to win the game. How do you mistakenly get a touchdown?
That's got to be tough, though. And he looked like he was slowing down and tried to do.
He tried to stop himself, but he had a brain fart. He had a brain fart. It wasn't momentum.
Instinct. That's his. But
he's done it before. He's done it before. But the thing, like I say, he got a brain fart, and that's what's killing the Falcons is brain farts. That's the 3rd win you've let go, If you look at ESPN's win probability, there's 3 games they had like a 97% to win. Look, they just show the replay because we're watching Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
He tried and he went.
Oh, he just touches the white line.
He should have went backwards. It's incredible. And Todd Gurley, he's always been praised for being a smart player, and he was an MVP candidate in this league. He was a star with the Rams.
I think the Lions deserve some credit for that as well, because the linebackers, they touched him.
Yeah, and then they let him go. And they let him go.
They tackle him to the ground.
They let him go.
They just made him feel it.
They let him feel it. Like, here you go.
I'm going to pull you down. No, I'm not.
Nah. And it worked out perfect for the Lions. And you got to give Matthew Stafford some credit, too, for bringing that team back and getting that touchdown.
That final
big
drive.
catch by Galladay. The Lions just took advantage of it. It was 67 seconds to go. But it's brain farts that continue to destroy the Falcons. 3 wins. Think about it. 3 wins in the NFC right now, gives them a shot. Gives them a shot to potentially fighting for a playoff spot. But no, now it's funny how they go from fighting for a playoff spot to you're fighting for Trevor Lawrence. They're 1-5, 1-6 now. It's not. It's incredible how the Falcons just continue to do this to themselves. And that's truly a Jet. That's some true Jets essence right there. Just to continue to shoot yourself in the foot. And the Falcons and Todd Gurley, it's a Jet. It's another Jet of mine this week.
Sidebar. Would you, if you were Jets owner, would you consider this? How old is Matthew Stafford?
I would have said, top of my head, I want to say he's feel like he's been in the league for 22 years, but I want to say he's like 33.
Would you consider?
No, whatever you're saying already, I'm going to say. And I've grown to like Matthew Stafford over the years. But go ahead, I'll let you finish. But the answer's going to be no.
You're Jets. You have the first pick overall.
He's 32 years old.
32. He's 32 years old.
We have the first pick overall. Automatically, it's Trevor Lawrence. I don't give a fuck. You could throw up Aaron Rodgers. I don't give a fuck.
Could you imagine the haul you would get for that pick?
Yeah,
You're trying, because what's the goal? Is the goal to rebuild the Jets?
You're talking to a Jets fan. Straight up, we've never had a franchise quarterback in our lifetime. I'm 36. You're 38.
Yeah.
Never, 38 years old, 36 years old, we've never had a guy you say, this is our franchise quarterback. I'm not saying great quarterback. Forget about great quarterback. This is our quarterback for 10 years. I haven't had that in my lifetime. I haven't had a guy that you could say, we're going to build around him.
Matthew Stafford, 3 first-round picks. Maybe
No,
a veteran.
no. This is why the Jets continue to jet for stupid shit like that. No, you take Trevor fucking Lawrence. You take Trevor fucking Lawrence. He's got the sweet golden locks. You better fucking draft his ass. Oh. I want to see them locks all through New York. I want to see them on billboards. I want to see, you know what? I want to go to certain Jet stores like, well, we don't have Modell's anymore. Some damn sports store where that mannequin has, Trevor Lawrence locks with a Jets jersey on. I get to touch the hair. I don't give a fuck. There better be Trevor Lawrence in New York if we got the first overall pick. I swear, I've told Mike this. If that might be the ultimate test for me as a Jets fan, that might be the moment I question, should I run with this franchise anymore? If we have the first pick and they say, let's trade it or let's pick someone else, that's when I might be like,
there's no way they're doing it.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying no way. If they did that, which I might.
I'd do it.
I always thought burning jerseys was absolutely moronic. I might have to do that. I might have to just pull out the video and burn a jersey.
Can I help?
I know you would love that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, and you want to continue talking. Let's talk about little Trevor Lawrence here because you said a stupid-ass comment last week.
All right.
Matter of fact, we're going to talk about it in our segment. I have a new segment for the show later. Matter of fact, we should do it now. And then we'll get back to whatever the hell we're talking about. I want to do a new segment, right? Because, most sports shows, a lot of commentators or analysts say things, and they never own up when they're wrong or saying something stupid, and no one challenges them. So I want to come out with a segment talking about eat it. Okay, will you eat it? Will you eat your words? Will you admit that you were wrong? Or will you continue to stay on that train so you can eat another? I mean, so you can so that plate can get bigger and bigger of polished shit that you continue to create. And last week you said, I'm gonna talk about my thing. You said you'd rather have Drew Lock. You'd rather keep Drew Lock and not take Trevor Lawrence if you had the first pick because you would trade it or build around Drew Lock. Are you ready to eat it? Are you ready? Or are you going to continue marinating the bullshit that came out your mouth?
I don't know. Some of this bullshit is quite warm. It's very nice on the skin out here.
Yeah, you smooth to the lips right now.
Yeah. It's exfoliating my pores.
So it's starting to look a little delicious.
Yeah,
to eat your bullshit that you just said.
I'm gonna eat it up. I'm gonna eat it up for another week for sure. Because I'm still in the mindset that building a
so you're not going to eat it.
Dominant.
You're still keeping. You're going to keep the plate. You're not eating it.
I'm not eating it.
I want you to eat your words. That's what I mean about this segment.
No, I'm not eating my words yet.
You're not eating your words yet.
No.
You're going to continue Drew Lock.
Yeah, I'm continue to say
over Trevor Lawrence if you had the first pick.
Drew Lock and some deep picks on defense.
No. Yeah. At that point, you got the first pick.
I want 3. I'd rather have 3 first-round picks than Trevor Lawrence right now. Give it to me.
Man. Okay. So he's going to
I'm happy to be the only person that thinks that. I'm good. I'm happy to be that. Give me 3 first-round picks for Trevor Lawrence. You want him? And a veteran. Give me 3 first-round picks and a veteran defensive lineman.
Okay. So he's not going to eat it. He's going to continue to stick with Drew Lock, who was 24 for 40 this past week.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping.
2 interceptions. Your man was missing wide open people. He wasn't even he just goes straight down. He just looks straight down the field. That's his problem. He keeps looking down 40 yards down the field, and he hasn't even been that accurate throwing it down the field. So I don't know why he continues to look down there. Drew Lock is your problem with the Denver Broncos. He's got wide receivers. I see guys open, and he's not. He don't want to do it. He don't want to do it. He don't want to put it together.
I
anyway,
still have faith for him.
Anyway, you continue to marinate your bullshit.
All right. How long does Sam Darnold have? How long has Baker Mayfield been just throwing it up the other? And how good does Baker Mayfield look this week?
My point, I didn't say get rid of Drew Lock, that you should give up on him. But you should give up on him if Trevor Lawrence becomes available.
If I'm picking Trevor Lawrence, I'm giving up on Drew Lock.
I'll put it to you like this. After year 1, if Trevor Lawrence came out, and I'm talking about year 1 of Sam Darnold, and Trevor Lawrence came out, I still take Trevor Lawrence. To be honest, my way of thinking, because of the Jets, I might draft a quarterback every damn fucking draft until I find somebody.
You see, but
I give a fuck. I don't care about no kids' feelings, their confidence. Let them rock. Show them it's their team. Nope, I'm drafting a quarterback if we draft Trevor Lawrence, I want to draft someone next year. Just in case shit don't work out. Every year, I don't care. It don't have to be a first rounder. Draft, you must, some point in this draft, get a quarterback on the Jets.
What are you talking about? Like in the first round?
No, I didn't say the first round.
Every year?
I'm just talking about draft
the quarterback. Every year. You got Trevor Lawrence. What's the next, what round next year?
It depends on the grade. Remember when, who did it? The Redskins. When they took Robert Griffin III with the first overall pick, they picked up Kirk Cousins in the 3rd round. That same draft. So it depends on I guess their board said, you know what, he's the best available player right now, and let's just take up Kirk Cousins.
Who's the starting quarterback?
Who was the starting quarterback that year?
I don't feel like shit. Like they drafted 2
quarterbacks and 2 high. 3rd round is not no slouch draft pick. Okay, so. But no, yes, I would draft a quarterback every day. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about feelings. Everybody talks about that shit. Every analyst, fan, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Sam's feelings. Don't give a fuck about Geno Smith's feelings. I didn't give a fuck about Mark Sanchez's feelings. I didn't give a shit about all. Draft a quarterback every day. Trevor Lawrence, I love the locks. I can't wait. I can't wait to see them, okay? I can't wait to get your jersey. I'll still draft a quarterback next year. Don't give a shit until you show me. You show me.
What if he's good, like halfway decent?
If you could draft a quarterback when Brett Favre is on your team, and if you could draft a quarterback when Aaron Rodgers is on your team, you could draft a quarterback when it's anybody else. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry to get emotional here, but this guy's crazy.
No, you deserve it.
Talk about Drew Lock.
You deserve to get emotional. You're a Jet fan. No apologies. When I see Jet fan, like when I'm driving and I see other people wearing Jet hats and they're trying to get in the lane, I slow down.
You want to give him a hug or something? You want to slow down?
I let him in the lane.
Pull over. I want to give you some.
Come on,
you need some help there?
What's up?
They get out the car, be like, "What's going on? Is she something more on my car?" No. I see your hat. Saw that hat.
Saw that hat. Saw that jersey.
Come in and bring it in. Bring it in. Just give him a nice hug. It's gonna be. It's not really gonna be all right. No, but you lie to them. You'll be like, it's gonna be okay.
Trevor Lawrence, you might get
Trevor Lawrence is coming right at those locks.
Gase is out of there. Don't worry.
I hope he stays for the 0-16. Keep him on. Keep him
he's
there.
Not going nowhere.
I hope not. It's incredible how he just continues to keep his job. That's even though I want him to stay.
How incredible is it that the ownership came out and just said, "Hey, this is an offensive genius."
Maybe Adam Gase has a poison pill clause in his contract? Like, if you fire me before the year's over, I got to get $45 million. Is there something in the clause that we don't know about? There's got to be a poison pill clause.
No, it has to be that they're just looking at they're watching like every Trevor Lawrence game.
Does he have
they
something?
They don't even watch their own Jet games.
Yeah, they just watch
Clemson
or maybe Adam Gase has got like something in the clause. You release me before the thing is over. You know, the photos of Chris Johnson get released. The pictures, the photos will end up in the wrong hands if you dare to fire me before this year is over. There's got to be something in the contract with this.
I know it's a tough game, but I also have audio of Woody Johnson.
I want to say I'm going to eat my bullshit because the last couple weeks I'm talking about Andy Dalton will have a winning record with the Cowboys because they would change their the whole identity. I thought he would be a solid guy to come in and stabilize them. Nope, I'm eating it right now.
Right now.
No.
When does he come back?
I don't know. I think he's day to day right now.
That was a hell of a hit.
It was a hell of a hit. Do I still want to go on the wave that he's going to end up with a running record as the starting quarterback? Now he's 0-2. Technically, he's 0-2 now as the Cowboys starter. He still has a shot. But are the Cowboys going to put him back in depending when he comes back? It could be next week he comes back. All right.
I mean, who's in their third-round rookie?
So don't eat it. All right, I won't eat it then. Fuck it. With me and you. We'll keep the plates.
Andy Dalton.
I'll put some adobo. I'm putting some.
I don't believe, by the way. I'm just supporting.
You know what? I'm not gonna season it. I'm not gonna season it, but I'm gonna keep it on the plate.
I don't believe Andy Dalton will turn it around. I just hope he will because I kind of like Andy Dalton.
Yeah, me too. But I'm gonna stick with you for another week. We're gonna do this segment every week on shit that we say. We're gonna try to write it down. If you want to call us out on it, on what we say and we should eat, please tweet, Instagram me at Idiot Ezra. And also, while I'm on this, I want to talk about, I'm going to be dropping at some point a phone number so you guys can leave voice messages for questions. And you can also ask questions on the Twitter and Instagram at Idiot Ezra. So let's keep it moving a little bit. What were we talking about before? We were talking about Trevor Lawrence and his locks are so lovely. Another winner this week, this rookie draft. I said last week, like, Herbert is, going to win Rookie of the Year. I should have never said it so confidently, like he's leading this. To me, he's leading the pack, but he doesn't have a huge distance. Joe Burrow had a huge game yesterday versus the Browns, and the Bengals have been competitive in a lot of their games this year. They're 1-5, but they've been really competitive, and they've been in a lot of those games. But the wide receivers, right? Everybody was talking about the wide receivers in this draft. They're living up to the hype. Yeah. You got Chase Poole, Lamb, Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. Even Mims had a decent debut yesterday. In the first half, he had 4 catches, like 45 yards, and then, they jetted up.
Love how it's its own thing now.
It's a jetted up. You got to just jet it up.
Man.
Jet it up.
This tire is jetted up. We need a new one.
You go into work, but like, how's your day going? It's just jetting it up. It's just a Jets kind of day today. You're going to get a Jets effort today. I'm going to go to work. You're going to need a Jets effort. I don't have a job. Anybody got a job, holla at me. At Idiot Ezra. COVID, took my job. What do you want me to tell you? But no, this rookie draft, wow. It's really nice to see that this league has got a nice future ahead of it. Just playmakers, and I don't want to talk about too much the rookie of the year right now. Right now, me personally, I got Justin Herbert, who had 4 touchdowns last night. Had another big, huge game, especially for my fantasy league. He just looks like a veteran out there. I just love Herbert. I hope Trevor Lawrence is 80% of what Justin Herbert's doing this year. I really do. In his rookie year, I really do. Justin Herbert is killing, and Joe Burrow is also killing it. And he's got some weapons out there, too. The Cincinnati Bengals, T. Higgins, talking about rookie wide receivers.
Sick.
I think he's going under the radar a little bit. Like, he's having very significant games, impactful games for the Bengals. And this Burrow-Higgins combination might be a thing for years to come. Higgins deserves a lot of hype right now, too. He's not getting the Jefferson, Chase Poole, Lamb love. But he deserves it. He needs to be up there right now. I think he does deserve that type of love when it comes to the exciting wide receiver rookies. T. Higgins is really having an impact.
You know what's crazy? If you redrafted just the wide receivers, that order is not going to look the same whatsoever.
The two that I drafted first still
Ruggs and Judy.
Judy haven't broken out yet. But you can see, like, I've seen Ruggs had that big touchdown. Derek Carr's got to start airing it out. They had a big, loss to the Chiefs. Was it to the Chiefs? No. Yeah, it was to the Chiefs, right?
What, this week?
Yeah, the Raiders. No, the Buccaneers.
No.
The Buccaneers. It was the red. That messed me up. Yeah, he needs to start airing it out to Ruggs. Start taking advantage of his skill set, and he's not doing that. Jerry Jeudy, like I said, Drew Lock, I don't know who the fuck he's throwing it to half the time.
He just came back.
Listen, your boy just loves throwing it 40. It's cool. It's nice to see it throw it to take. He's like, he needs to take his mindset and put it inside Derek Carr.
So is it
These two need a fuse.
Is it Drew Lock or is it the offensive coordinator?
Dude, there was this one play. I mean, he had a tight end maybe 15, 20 yards down the field, wide open. He didn't even look at him, bro. He's just like, nah, son, that's my boy all the way down there. Him and Derek Carr need a fuse. I don't know what's up with your boy. He's got an arm. Drew Lock has got an insane arm. I'm just saying he needs to make better decisions.
I agree with that.
That's a lot of problems with these quarterbacks. They just can't analyze the field and make the right decision. And that's what he needs to grow at. I'm not saying Drew Lock is a complete, get rid of him. He's not a project that you don't want to work with. It's just he just needs to make better decisions.
And you just speaking about Justin Herbert, I can see the gap. Like when I watch him play, I can see the gap in just the decision making. And
Justin Herbert looks like a veteran out there. Him and Burrow look like veterans out there. Yeah. Like if they were on a team with some significant. Listen, maybe I'm going too far, but I'm going to say this right now. You put either of those two guys on the Browns, I think they're a much more dangerous team.
Yeah.
That's how much confidence I have in these two guys. Well, they're a playoff team right now. They're 5-2.
I know.
Can you believe that? It's the Browns. I've always told you it's not going to feel right saying that. The Browns are a playoff team right now. They're 5-2.
So crazy.
It doesn't sound right. Our brains have been, conditioned to know the Browns is the color of shit. Brown is the color of shit. I've always said that. So you're going to feel a certain way talking about, wow, the Browns. But like I said, these two guys, forget about the Browns. Put them on the Bears, who I think definitely, Baker Mayfield, I think is an upgrade for the Bears. I'm not a fan of Nick Foles. I'm telling you,
I like Nick Foles.
No, I don't. Nope.
I like Nick Foles.
Nope. Nick Foles is when he was. I like Nick Foles. I swear to God, as a relief pitcher. That's what
you do.
For some reason, that's what he is. He's like when we're down by 15 points. Put him in the third quarter. All right, we need to make a switch. Our team. If for some reason he comes alive, but when you make him a starter, Nick Foles, for some reason, he just doesn't have command of his teams.
And they're 5-1.
The Bears are 5-1. Yes, and right now they're losing 10-3 to the Rams, but they're 5-1. But they haven't been scoring. It's not like the scoring uptick went up for the Bears since Nick Foles has been in.
There's not a whole lot of weapons on there.
You're just asking them not to fuck up.
And Nick Foles is good at that.
I'm not a Nick Foles guy. I think give me Herbert this year.
Oh, sure.
I'm talking about this year over even Baker Mayfield. Give me Baker Mayfield or Nick Foles.
Baker Mayfield?
Give me Baker Mayfield over Nick Foles. I'm putting it right now. Saying it. You
might be eating that shit next week. You might be eating that one.
Well, no, I don't think that's you think that's a ridiculous statement?
Nah, it's not a ridiculous statement. No, it's a fair assessment, I say.
I don't think that's a ridiculous statement. I think that's like, I could be wrong on it.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong on it. Mm-hmm. And maybe some people will come at me like, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Yes, I know Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And also the Eagles were correct to say, see you later. We'll keep Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Nick Foles, you can never take away what Nick Foles has done with the Eagles and that run. It was an incredible run. They beat the Patriots, which was a wonderful thing. So I love that.
Nick Foles gets to tell his grandchildren I whooped Tom Brady's ass in the Super Bowl.
And I was the reason, I ignited this team, baby. So, yeah, I can never take away that from Nick Foles. But give me Baker Mayfield right now for the Bears, if that's the case. Let's see. Mike's not here to talk about his shitty Bills. But they won yesterday. But they have a problem on offense now. The first 4 weeks, Josh Allen was on fire. He looked like an MVP candidate. And I put it on my little notes here. Starting week 5, since week 5, let me tell you how many points the Bills have scored. They scored 16 points in week 5. Week 6, 17 points. Yesterday, 18 points. They haven't cracked 20 points in the last 3 weeks. They have a problem with running the ball and relying a little too much on Josh Allen. He is their offense. Even though they got some weapons over there. They need to start trusting their running game or short. Maybe they need a
short passing.
They need to do something. They need to get this offensive team going. They need to get it going.
Yeah, maybe spice things up. A couple of trick plays here and there. Keep the defense honest.
I don't know if the play calling has gotten dry, if teams have figured out their offense or what. But something needs to change with the Bills. And I wish Mike was here to talk about that because that's his team, apparently, for the last 11 years. But whatever. That's his team. It's the sixth team in the NFL.
I mean, it's not like baseball. They talk about, like, the rookie wall and stuff like that. But it's kind of similar. Like, these young quarterbacks are going through the league again for their second or third time. And I think defenses are keen on what they like to do the best and trying to stop that. A la Bill Belichick, what he likes to do with young quarterbacks. So they're probably taking away the run and just zoning up on him.
They're in the rut. I think they're in the rut. I think they can get this fixed. Like Diggs I thought was the perfect wide receiver to pair up with Josh Allen, and it really showed the first 4 weeks. I think Diggs is I think he's in the top 10 now. He was number 1 a couple weeks ago. Number 1 wide receiver in yards wise, so he's still up there in the top 5, top 10. But this it's getting stagnant over there with the Buffalo Bills and in their offense. And before shitting on some Mike, I gotta he whooped my ass in fantasy football this week because he beat my B team. I'm missing my top 3 players: Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, and Thielen. But whatever, no one wants to talk about all that. So he beat my B team. Where I had to start Josh Allen and Tim Patrick, but that's not the point here. He beat me in fantasy this week.
Excuses.
The truth. The truth. see me with Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook, baby. Okay? See me, son. Yeah, lucky my team ain't in full strength all year. All year my team hasn't been in full strength. Fuck out of here.
I just said it for Mike.
It's okay. He beat me. I can't take a fact away. All I know is another fact is he didn't see Dalvin Cook or Christian McCaffrey or Adam Thielen. Okay, wait till you see that. Then you talk to me.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, nobody wants. You damn right. Nobody wants to see that. Oh yeah, but I forgot what we were talking about. I know Mike ain't shit.
The Bills ain't shit.
Yeah, the Bills' offense ain't shit. Anything else you want to talk about? Week 7.
7.
Well, you no.
The Raiders did it again. They fucked up the first pick.
The Raiders. You think Ruggs is a bust?
I don't think he's a bust, but I don't think you take him again at that spot.
Well, you talking about taking another wide? They needed some weapons on wide receiver. I mean, yeah, wide receiver too. They definitely needed.
I know, and they went for one of the smallest wide receivers.
What
they like look watching Tyreek.
I know
Tyreek Hill run.
I know
up and
John
down.
Gruden is the coach there now, but still the Raider way, right? They want that
fast speed.
But
speed.
the thing is, you got that speed guy, but you don't have the quarterback that likes to take advantage of that. You know, that you gotta. I imagine making a team or anything else, you're putting it together. It's a recipe, right? You got to put the right spices together to make that boom boom, that deliciousness. And I don't want to say Derek Carr is not the right fit for the Raiders. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. He probably is not for the John Gruden offense nowadays. I'm not sure about that. It's just not. It's not clicking every week.
You got that big running back
because Derek
Jacobs.
Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback.
He's not a terrible quarterback, but the pieces. I'm just saying the kind of pieces they putting around. You draft a really small wide receiver, and you have a big physical, threatening running back. And you have a Chase Poole in there. You had a Justin Jefferson. You had bigger targets you could have gave and helped Derek Carr. Those are mistake erasers. I
think they want to stretch the field, give more space for Josh Jacobs and all that. But you have to make the defense honest. You have to show I'm willing to use this piece. I'm not putting this on Ruggs as of yet.
I'm not saying this is Ruggs' fault. It's just their choices, their decision to take Ruggs.
I'm going to put it on Carr. I'm putting it on Derek. You got to throw it down the field. You got to show that you can't box me in. I'm not going to always throw it to the check down box or keep it within 10, 15 yards. You got to throw it outside the numbers. You got to throw it down the field. You got to open it up. Show these guys that, you're willing to pull that trigger. And he's not a lot of times. He's bringing a knife to nowadays a gunfight. The NFL, the offense is geared towards.
Even though he hasn't gone through like what his brother went through with the Texans, he's faced a lot of trauma. a lot of bad Raiders teams.
You try to say David was like, just dump it off. You say just dump it off.
Yeah, don't get hit, man. Don't get hit.
Don't hurt. It hurts.
It hurts so much.
Man, those are some years. He got hit. I think what was it? 1 year he got hit 78 something to 80s. I don't know, something insane. I remember that ESPN commercial where draft what you need, and they show the Texans offense, and they just show David Carr with no offensive line.
There's like one player on offensive.
No, it was just him. It was just like draft what you need, a whole offensive line. That's what they needed, and everything. What I want to talk about for winners and Jets. First, let's talk about this winner, this past Saturday in the UFC, where he made his 4th successful defense. And my man, Khabib, just in case, if you don't know how to pronounce his name, I recorded something special for you.
No Khabib. Habib Abdulmanapovich Nurmohamadov. This is my, correctly.
That's how you say his name. I'm not even going to attempt it. I can barely speak English. Khabib. I hope I said that right. Let me one more time.
No Khabib.
Habib with his 4th title defense, and he retires 29-0. And a lot of people are calling him the greatest MMA fighter of all time because he's undefeated. He had dominant wins. He had a 2-year reign at his weight class. So he deserved just retiring in 29-0. He's doing this. He did this for his father, who sadly passed on recently. He's leaving on top, so he gets a win for that. But the reason I'm bringing up this win is because I also want to bring up my Jets in the same realm is this UFC GOAT talk. Now, I don't mean this towards Khabib. I mean this every time a fucking fighter has a big win, who's had some successful reigns, like a Daniel Cormier, whoever, or the guy that beat him for the heavyweight champion, who beat Daniel recently. It doesn't matter. The point is, every fucking time they have this, a guy has a reign, they talk about he's the greatest MMA fighter of all time. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Can we stop it? Why do I have to hear this every few months? Like this guy, they do this with every. Listen, if you want to go with greatest of all time MMA, you could probably bring up 3 people. Okay, I don't need to hear this every couple months. And the 3 you probably should be talking about is Royce Gracie.
Facts.
John Jones.
Agree.
Fedor.
Yeah.
No one talks about Fedor because he never fought in the UFC. Motherfucker had a 10-year reign, okay? Where Pride was probably a better organization than UFC at one point. Anderson Silva. Like those
Anderson, don't leave out the captain, even though I don't like his style of fight.
Are you talking about Randy Couture?
Yeah. Randy Couture.
Yeah, like come on, like these small reigns, like we need to stop it already. I hate greatest of all time talks. I've already displayed this on podcasts, but every couple months with this MMA shit, everyone's getting announced new. But since everybody's gonna do that, if you're gonna put Randy Couture in there, you better put my man GSP in there too. All right, how about that one, baby?
I regret it.
Don't forget GSP. Stop it. 4th title
it doesn't
defense.
matter because to me it's just like just the 2 that you mentioned to me are the only real GOATs is Royce Gracie and Fedor.
I was gonna say that's my top 2.
That's the only
I
could even.
But I think the person
for.
that could really, or John Jones can make a claim.
Except for the little steroid issue.
The funny part,
those people.
The funny part is about when it comes to John Jones and steroids. Everyone, usually, if someone cheats with steroids in the fight game or certain sports, they'd be like, "All right, he's a bum. He cheated his way." No one says that about John Jones, like in a sense, like that he's trash. You know what I mean? He's a bad fighter. He doesn't. I'm saying his abilities do not get diminished. Everybody else's skills and wins get diminished. John Jones doesn't get diminished. Usually. When it comes to the media, overall, his steroid use has not been greatly diminished like other fighters or football players, baseball players especially, in their respective sports. And I find that pretty funny. So that's why I say John Jones can make a small claim for it. I wouldn't put him there because of his steroid use. And last time I remember, Royce Gracie fought 3 times in one night.
Yep.
One night.
No weight class.
Yeah. Oh, no weight class and fought 3 times in one night. If
harder rules too.
If you don't know about original UFC MMA fights, check that out. I know sports evolve, fighters evolve, skills have evolved, etc., etc. But I don't give a shit. Okay, that's why greatest of all time talks is absolutely stupid. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But please stop it every couple months. This guy had a 4th title defense. I understand he was undefeated. What about, was it Mighty Mouse? He had 12 title defenses. No one talks about him being the GOAT. Jose Aldo had a 10-year run. Okay?
Ronda
Rousey, she doesn't even get that much love nowadays for being pound for pound the greatest.
Dominant for years.
She ran that sport. They created a division for her just to get her in. All right. Dana White for years. Oh, I would never have a women's division. I would never have a women's. Ronda Rousey having huge success. Okay, we're gonna make a division so Ronda Rousey could come on that. But Dana White was another one, calling him the greatest of all time. Please. Like I said, this is not for Khabib. This is for every time someone has a run. Daniel Cormier, people calling him the greatest of all time. He calls himself the greatest of all time.
If I was him, I'd call myself the greatest.
That's
of all
wonderful
time,
and all.
for sure.
I don't give a shit about his opinion either. But people need to stop this. Every time you have a run, that you're the greatest of all time. Matter of fact, people need to stop with the greatest of all time talk and taking it seriously. It's a fun little talk to have because it's not real. It's not real.
In any sport, like
I'm saying it's not real.
it's not real.
I'm saying you
greatest of all
can't.
time?
You
say
can't,
because they can't face the other
yeah,
opposition.
you can't face the other person, and there's different rules. No matter what sport it is, you want to go to boxing. Guys used to fight 15 rounds.
Yeah,
That's a different world. These guys had disadvantages.
but that's part of the reason why I can call Ali the greatest of all time.
I understand that. I'm
Ali
just
or Joe Louis. There's a lot in boxing. It's just the same. It's just the same. There's a lot of people that you could call a
greatest of all time,
Yeah.
and you can never really quantify or really tell you who's the greatest of all time. People want to talk about undefeated records. People say Muhammad Ali's still the greatest of all time, and he had real losses on his record. You know what I mean? He's got his ass whooped in a few of those fights. I'm just saying, you can have the conversation. You can't be serious about it. In a sense that you can't stake this certain claim and act like it's fact. Like this Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time and get upset when you say LeBron is.
Just a sidebar, real quick. I do get upset. Nobody ever mentions George Foreman as greatest of all time in boxing. And if you look at his career, Ali didn't want to fight him again after he beat him and threw him in the
Yeah.
He didn't want those problems.
He didn't want.
I don't even know it wouldn't. I don't think he would have been the same after another fight with him.
I'll put it to you like this: a greatest of all time conversation and your name brought up should be a sign of respect. But nowadays, they try to turn the greatest of all time conversation into disrespect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying
because
they're just putting another person down instead of just bringing one person.
Yeah,
up.
so like, I'm gonna use Stephen A. Smith when he was talking about recently because the greatest of all time talk has been brought up again, or Elijah Wan when they're bringing up comments that he said in 2015 about LeBron James. Stephen A. Smith, he plays in the softest league, the softest era ever.
6'9", 260.
Like what?
It mattered.
What?
Like it mattered.
That's what that's what we're talking about for greatest of all time. And Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh, Michael Jordan's just a far superior player. That's basically what his comment was.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's, but that's 2015. I don't know what Olajuwon feels like today, but they was making it rounds to this past week in the news that Olajuwon said that about LeBron James. Should be a sign of respect. If you're considered the GOAT, that means man.
I don't feel like I have to put Michael Jordan down to bring LeBron up. I just think LeBron is a far superior player. I think he's not a far superior. I just think he's a better player.
You like the things he does better. Well,
I think he does better translated to more team wins than what Michael Jordan
does.
On
Yeah,
the basketball court.
I'm just saying you can never have a wrong answer when it comes to greatest of all time. You just can't have a wrong answer. That's just what it is. And the only time you have a wrong answer is if you're out of your fucking mind. I don't know, like if you say Drew Lock is the greatest of all time, something like that, and along those realms. But it should be a sign of respect. It shouldn't be a disrespectful thing. It shouldn't turn into some crazy shit, and it should have happen all the time. Greatest of all time doesn't happen every couple months.
Agreed.
It just doesn't happen every couple months.
Agreed.
Greatest of all time does not happen every couple months. And I'm guessing, that's something maybe basketball has gotten right. Baseball, they don't talk about greatest of all time like that. That's one sport they really don't talk about.
Everybody says it's Babe Ruth. I feel like everybody most of the sports writers in general, control that narrative, and nobody's touching Babe Ruth.
Yeah, well,
even though I don't think that it's Babe Ruth, I think it's Willie Mays. Mm-hmm. Because
I'm just saying overall, they just don't talk about that too much when it comes to baseball. For some reason, they don't talk about greatest of all time, and I kind of like that. They're like, all right, cool. Even then, I don't even hear Babe Ruth is the greatest of all time. It's just like, yeah, he was. it's Babe Ruth.
They just talk about just really his accolades, but anytime they talk about the best ever, they always bring up Babe Ruth.
Yeah, well, anytime you talk about, because baseball is strictly a numbers game.
Or Ted Williams.
But I was going to say, it's strictly a numbers game in a sense. It's all about the statistics, the stats when it comes to baseball. So, Babe Ruth was the king of stats when he played. So they're going to bring up his name. And he's still got insane numbers. That's one thing about Babe Ruth. His numbers still stack up
today. Yeah, he's still first ballot.
Like, it's
number one.
Like, if someone ended today with Babe Ruth's numbers, it's in wow, what? You know what I mean? It's out of this world. The closest was Barry Bonds. You know what I mean? And they got him for the roid thing, even though it has never been proven. And losing the clear, that cream.
Rubbing it in your skin.
But I'm just saying, I'm tired of this GOAT shit. It shouldn't happen every couple months. And stop and leave LeBron and leave Michael Jordan alone about this shit too. I'm tired of you motherfuckers. I'm tired. Leave me out of it. I don't care. LeBron's the best player of his era. Best player, that I've seen in the last 20 years. That's it. That's all I could say. Michael Jordan, best player in his era. Before that, you talk about Magic and Bird. And then you talk about a lot. Jabbar. That's it. If you talk about greatest of all time, when basketball, it's insane how you don't put Jabbar's name. Don't get mentioned a lot more often.
I know only the NBA's leading scorer historically.
Forget, my man won 3 national titles. he was record in college is 88-2 or something like that.
And they outlawed the dunk.
Like, it's
just because of him.
And he won 6 titles. Like, they never really mentioned his name. Like, and it's funny, he's the all-time leading scorer with the most famous and unguardable shot in basketball. The unguardable shot. You just can't guard it.
Yeah. I feel like
unless you double tealing him.
Like, you have to separate when you talk about basketball, you have to separate positions.
Yeah.
You have to separate because there's big men and then there's perimeter players.
Anyway, that was my last. That was more like a rant than losers, but I'm putting all you motherfuckers losers that love this GOAT talk every 4 weeks.
Not every 4 weeks, but I feel like you can use your eyes and look and see.
Well, I'm just talking about specifically when it comes to MMA. I've heard 3 greatest of all times in the last, I feel like 9 months. You heard it with Daniel Cormier. I heard it with that heavyweight that beat down. I don't even know his fucking name, and he's the greatest of all time at heavyweight. Something I know it starts with an S. So please. And now with Khalid, I'm fucking done. I'm done. You guys ate my fucking ice cream. I'm bringing it back. Anyway, it's 17-3. Rams are putting the boots on the Bears right now. Look at Nick Foles with that insane gun of his. Nick Foles ain't shit, man. 17-3, almost
Rams
at the end of the third quarter.
Underrated.
Yeah, it is underrated, but Nick Foles is overrated. You can't. Come on, it's today's NFL. You can't get 17 points.
It's got like Allen Robinson and who else?
We don't know.
Offensively.
I don't know.
On my team.
I don't know. It could be that Michael Vick effect, when you got talented players, but you just can't tell until he leaves. Oh, I forgot. I don't want to just let you guys know. Gregory here is a Michael Vick apologist over here.
I'm not an apologist, but there's a reason. First of all, they led the league in drops the year that he had Roddy White.
Oh, yeah. He throw it on the numbers then. Fuck out of here, yo.
You know what?
Michael Vick overrated as fuck.
No, he's not.
Super overrated. He's super duper. Duper.
He did it to himself, though. He admitted it himself. He didn't study film. He didn't watch. They would give him a playbook. He'd throw it in the trash or whatever. Use it to hold up his table.
It's okay. I have Andy Dalton. You got Michael Vick. I feel you. You're right. I'll tell you one thing, though. If it comes to that.
Yours is not Andy Dalton. Yours is Ryan Tannehill because Ryan Tannehill's been in your mouth all night. He's been
in my mouth since 2014. And then I have a personal thing with me and my friends where in 2014 I said Ryan Tannehill will be a top 10 quarterback and I'd rather have him than Cam Newton. And then the following year, Cam Newton won the MVP, and they were killing me for years for that. But guess what? Ryan Tannehill is having my back, and he's roaring back and claiming he's better than Cam Newton. And I think he can definitely claim he's a top 10 quarterback today.
He's not better than Cam Newton.
Yes, he is.
I'm not
Today,
gonna say
yes, he is. Of course, you're not going to say because you've been a Cam Newton lover.
You put Cam on the Titans.
On the Titans. Yeah.
Put Cam on the Titans.
And they would be better with Ryan Tannehill.
They would not.
They would be better with Ryan Tannehill. Yes, they would.
No, they would.
Yeah, well,
He's
of course.
not a better quarterback than
yes,
Cam
he
Newton.
is.
I don't agree.
Of course, I know you. I know you don't agree.
I don't agree with
I
that.
know you don't agree. That's your boy.
He's not. I'm not even a Cam Newton.
Yes, you are. Don't lie now. You a Cam Newton fan.
No, I'm
you're
not.
A Cam Newton.
You're
Yes, you are.
You're just so perturbed.
You are a Cam Newton fan, and you're definitely a Michael Vick fan. So you, I don't want
I
to hear
was
this.
a Michael Vick fan. I've never
Yes.
seen anything like that
You're
in
right.
the NFL.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
an NFL fan.
You're right.
Who has ever
You
seen
said it right. Michael Lick.
Michael Lick?
Because you've been licking him from the beginning. And I want to talk about
He could have
something
been
else.
better, but he wasn't. So
Okay,
what?
this is our personal stuff. We're just going on a tangent here. Okay, you were talking about Cam Newton. I was talking about Ryan Tannehill. There was something I wanted to say that had something to do with current NFL stuff. I forgot what I was going to say, though. I really forgot, but that's not the point here. Get the Michael Lick out of your mouth.
Michael Lick.
Anything else before we wrap it up here?
Free Chase Claypool, Mike Tomlin. Free him.
For your fantasy team. Look at this guy.
Not even just for the
No,
fantasy
you know,
team.
for your fantasy
I want to
team.
see him play. Look how dynamic he was.
Of course, you want to see. Of course, you want to see him play for your fantasy team.
No, not
All
really.
right. So how about this? You
You
put
act like I need to start him. I don't need to start him on my team.
Yeah, bro, you're 4-3. Don't act like you got this world beat record in our league, okay?
My team is young and they needed time to grow. They're maturing right now.
Oh, wait
they
till-
haven't even reached their peak. I'm going to average
can't
200
wait.
points.
Christian McCaffrey, please come
Yes,
back already.
And I want to face him. I want to face you.
Christian
'Cause I can't
McCaffrey,
wait to
Dalvin
destroy
Cook,
you.
Adam Thielen. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I got Justin Herbert, baby.
Yeah, and start Cam Akers. God damn.
I can't wait. J.K. Dobbins, that's what I got in my Dynasty League also. I got to wait till next year.
They
but-
screwed up. They rushed him a bit this year.
Who? J.K.?
Yeah, because I feel like they got away from what they were doing offensively.
Well, they're not giving him the ball yet. I mean, they need to give my boy some love. My man's getting like 7 yards a carry. I can't wait till next year. Oh, can you imagine Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, J.K. Dobbins? Oh, we might as well wrap it up right now. 2021. Give me my championship, baby. Gift wrapped it. And I got A.J. Brown, Adam Thielen. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have Trevor Lawrence. So, Trevor Lawrence and probably, what's his, Travis Etienne?
You know what? I think it's time to be over with. Once again, I want to thank Greg for spending some time with me. Hopefully, you'll be here again next week.
For sure.
For sure. And watch out for the debut variety show with me and Marvin coming up soon. I'm Ezra from Idiot Ezra. Please follow me at Idiot Ezra on Twitter, Instagram. And please leave some questions. And I'll be debuting that phone number so you guys can leave me some nice things to tell me. Or maybe bad things, and then I will laugh about it and never play it on air. Maybe I will. I'll play some funny ones on air and stuff like that. And Nick Foles is now down 3-24 against the Rams. This game is over. He ain't gonna do. It's done. It's finished.
Just like the Super Bowl. He'll come back and do it. He'll work it.
Until next time, always pull out.